Hello, today we are going to install Debian operating system in a virtual machine. We're going to use QEMU Virt Manager, and then we're going to install KDSRC-build in order to build KDE software. So this is the Debian operating system, Debian GNU/Unix, Ian Murdoch 1993, one of the first Linux distributions. Parent of Ubuntu, Debian Social Contract, Debian Free Software Guidelines, the deb package format. The current stable release is 11.5 Bullseye, and we want something that's more up-to-date than Debian stable in order to have the deb packages that we're going to need for building KDSRC, so KDE Git repositories from Git master. So what's more up-to-date than Debian stable? Let's see. So it says that the deb packages that make up the Debian distribution follow this flow. So some are uploaded to experimental, some are uploaded to unstable. Then if they meet certain criteria, they land into testing and then into stable. So what are the criteria? The package has been in unstable at least 10 or 2 days if it's urgent. The package has been built for all architectures. Installing the package does not make the distribution more unstable. Package does not introduce RC bugs. Okay, so looking at this, I guess that what I want is to install Debian testing on a virtual machine. So let's look at that. So Debian testing meaning bookworm the next release, which is Debian 12. Okay, how do we install this thing? Weekly builds, daily builds. Let's look at the daily builds. So 11 November 05. Current AMD 64. Just net installers. Let's just get that. Okay, let's start the virtual machine manager. File, new virtual machine, local ISO, forward, browse, add, browse, what's this? Home, work to delete ISO. Okay. Does it work like that? Cannot contain slash. Let's replace that with underscores. Finish. So the download finished. Let's refresh this. Select the ISO. Says Debian testing. It has automatically detected the operating system that's inside the ISO. Forward. Search permissions for the path. What could be the problem? Okay, so I have 32 gigabytes of RAM. Let's give it at least 10. CPUs, let's give it almost the maximum. At least 250 gigabytes. We're going to build a ton of software. Debian testing, okay. Customize before install, network installation. The network, yes, net. Finish. Would you like to start the virtual network? Not, yes. So let's see how it looks like. Name Debian testing, KVM, yes. The best chipset, BIOS not UEFI, yes. 15, topology, this is always wrong. Make it 1, 15 cores. Memory, boot options, virt.io, yes. The correct directory, the default directory for QCOW images. SATA CD-ROM, yes. Network interface card, virt.io, yes. Tablet, yes. And all of the rest are just defaults. So begin installation. Graphical install, yes. Cannot open display 0. Okay, let's reboot that thing. Force reboot. Start. No bootable device, yes. Boot options. This thing is first. Force off. Start. Install in text user interface mode, TUI. English. Yes. Yes. So hostname, Debian, testing. Continue. Domain name. Continue. Root password. The root user should not have an empty password. If you leave this empty, the root account will be disabled and the system's initial user account will be given the power to become root using sudo command. Good idea. So no root password in order for the first user that's added by the installer to have sudo powers. Full name of the new user, administrator, username, password, Eastern time zone. Partitioning method. So no LVM. These two partition. All files in one partition. ext4, yes, that's what I want. I don't want swap partition, but that's what it is. I want a swap file instead. Finish partitioning and write changes to disk. Go. Write changes to disk, tab, enter. So not to have the no button, which is the default pressed, but the yes button pressed. Tab, enter. Okay, hopefully we don't need non-free firmware, or there's enough for QEMU, and hopefully the version of the packages are new enough such that I can build KDE software. The version of the deb packages. Okay, let's see how it works. No, single chord, what's this? Doesn't seem to use 15 CPU cores. Linux kernel version 6.0. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so it says scanning your installation media, finds the label, so we found the CD-ROM. You now have the option of scanning additional media for use by the package manager. If you wish to scan more media, please insert another one now. Scan the extra install media now. Debian archive. Usually deb.debian.org is a good choice. Hopefully this thing is ACDN, Content Delivery Network. Do I need the HTTP proxy? No. So I started downloading things from the internet because I see it on the network. It has downloaded twice. Okay, configuring popularity contest. Participate in the package usage survey. Yes, sir. What do I want? Only the core system is installed. To tune the system to your needs, you can choose to install one or more of the following predefined collections of software. Not GNOME, KDE, other options I have, SSH server. Looks okay, continue. Okay, so it's downloading a large number of packages. I can see it in here. It's using most of the 100 megabyte per second Ethernet cable that I have here. Okay, so it has downloaded half of the packages that are needed. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so it has finished downloading 1,700 packages, the packages. Now it's installing them. We can see that it stopped using the network. Okay, so this is actually the way apt install works. First it downloads all of the packages, then it goes unpacking, installing for each of the downloaded the packages. Unpacking, installing. So it had a base system, because I'm using a NetInst, which is a DVD-ROM, CD-ROM image that contains just a minimal command line Debian system. So I need KDE Plasma. I want to build KDE software from the KDE Git repositories. So it's installing all of the X libraries, X server, Qt, video, audio, image libraries. Plasma and its dependencies, Network Manager, BlueZ. What's the other libraries that are needed? And it did not ask me what type of Plasma installation I want. So it might also install games and Edu, and maybe it installs everything. I don't really know right now. Aggregator, so it downloaded the RSS feed reader, which I totally do not want. I want a minimal KDE Plasma installation with just a desktop, Dolphin, Kate, and that's it. KCPP, Boost, Poplar, Ghostscript, Printer. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Okay, so it has downloaded and installed packages. It's running the post scripts. it has installed the KDP suite, so personal information management. LibreOffice, I don't need LibreOffice. At the end, one of the last packages to be installed was the X server with its input and output drivers, SDDM. Cleaning up probably has deleted the downloaded dep packages. It seems that this new installation is the only operating system. If so, it should be safe to install the group bootloader to your primary drive. Install the group bootloader to your primary drive? Yes. Where are you? Device dev VDA. So because the virtual machine uses BIOS, doesn't use UEFI, it didn't create the UEFI partition. It's installing in the MBR, master boot record. Installation complete. Time to reboot your system. Make sure to remove the installation media. Continue to reboot. And it has booted in the Debian installer CD. Let's stop. Shutdown, so ACPI shutdown does not work. Force off. Yes. Let's edit the CD-ROM. Remove it. Let's edit the boot options. Okay. So 10 gigabytes of RAM out of the 32 that I have. All CPU cores but one. Let's start this thing. So 5 seconds timeout in the boot manager menu. Okay, and we're in SDDM with a KD cursor. First time that this user has logged into KD Plasma desktop. Okay, so we have the Plasma desktop. We have a strange icon for Konqueror. Okay, we have a start menu. A ton of applications installed that I don't need. Players, burners, email, RSS, ImageMagick. Okay, even the GIMP. Oh, not that bad. So just the email stuff and LibreOffice and Konqueror are extra. Okay, but they can easily be uninstalled. So the system is really slim. Okay, the package selection is good enough for me. So let's do what I do, which is not connect via Virt Manager, but via RDP protocol. Let's see if that's possible. So favorites, console. Let's pin this thing, make it a favorite. I don't want Conqueror as favorite. I don't want Discover as favorite. Okay. Let's see if I'm a sudoer. Yes, I am. Let's see if the CD-ROM was removed from the package sources. Okay, we're up to date. Let's install some things. What else do I need? Crusader. Yes. So it's using 100 megabit per second, which is the speed of my Ethernet cable. Okay, let's see how easy it is to install Xorg and Xorg RDP and then connect via X3RDP from the hardware machine to the virtual machine. Okay, so it's finished. Now let's look at the source list for apt. So the CD-ROM is commented out, which is great. Deb bookworm main, correct. Deb src bookworm main, correct. Deb security, I don't need it. And deb src. So it's missing the rest of the Debian repositories. So let's find out what those are. How do I find that? So this thing. We have this in here. We have the version, which is distribution, and we need the components. I want main, which is free software. These are part of the Debian distribution. Okay, not enough. I also want contrib, which is non-free software. No. Which is free software but might depend on software that is not free. Non-free. What else? So main contrib non-free. In Ubuntu there's also universe and multiverse. Okay, so this seems to be it. Main contrib non-free. And then the options are the distribution security, and the distribution updates. Then there's backports. Updates and security is not used since apps unstable is a rolling release. Unstable main will be the only entry in sources.list. Not using unstable, I'm using testing. Okay. So deb and debsrc for whatever, all of the repositories that I can use from Debian testing bookworm. Okay, let's see if we have XRDP and Xorg. XRDP, nothing. Yay. Okay, what else? Everything looks okay. Let's restart and see if we can connect using XFreeRDP. Let's get a console from the hardware machine. So the IP address of this machine is this thing. Let's prepare a command line. So slash opt rdp nightly xfreeRDP bin. Okay. So we want a command line like this with height and width. So we want 1080p. Okay, this is the IP address. User administrator. No password, please. Okay, what else can we put here? Clipboard is on by default. I want sound. Like this. I want video. and something about speed. So I have width, I have video, not full screen. I have sound. Okay, what else? RFX. What else? No password. This thing. The best speed possible, which is LAN. I have height. I want GFX. Probably. I don't really know what this thing does. Okay. Gateway phones. Fast path is enabled by default. No full screen. No drives. So what else do we need? BPP, yes, to have 32 bits per color, 24. I don't need auto reconnect for now. Aero up action admin. Okay, this should be it. Let's try it. Paste. So it asks for the password. So note that on the virtual machine, I'm not connected. So 0 users are connected using the Virt Manager real monitor, mouse, and keyboard. I'm just connecting remotely using RDP, the remote desktop protocol from Microsoft. Okay. So this is the size of the remote display, the size of the virtual machine, which is 1080p, which is exactly what's the size of my monitor right now. So it's too large. We'll need to make the FreeRDP window a bit smaller. So let's do that. This is 4 and this is 88. Ctrl-Shift-V. My password. Okay, and now we're in business. So we're connected to the freshly created QEMU Virtual Manager, Virtual Machine Manager, Debian Testing, Bookworm 12 virtual machine. So we have a clean installation of Debian. Let's do our things in here. So first of all, let's move this bar. How do we do that? Like this. On the left hand side, we close the edit mode. We make these things visible. Set time format. Yes, that thing. Configure digital clock. Okay. Date format. I want month and day. And the time display. I want this thing. Okay, looking great. Next, I don't want in the main toolbar to have a Conqueror icon or a dolphin icon or any of these icons. I want a Firefox. Pin to Task Manager. Let's configure Firefox. Customize the toolbar. No pocket, no head. Toolbars. Where are you? Never show. Done. Settings. Tab. Blank. Blank. Download. Always ask. Okay. Then I want Crusader. This is the first run, okay. Okay. What else can we configure here? Tabs on top. Fonts smaller. The size for icons smallest possible. I don't use icons. Okay, layout, compact. Crusader mode. Buttons. You're looking okay. Colors, general. Editor, I want Kate in here. Okay, what else? Archives, dependencies, packers, checksum, user actions, make everything smaller. Okay. Let's hide some of the things that are extra. No function keys, no status bar, no toolbars. Okay. Show the embedded terminal. Let's start Crusader again. Pin to taskbar, task manager. View default zoom. View default zoom. Okay. Next. We don't have a context menu here, which is ugly. Because I use private mode. We need to configure KDE Plasma. So Edge. No action. Outer 15%. And mouse. .36. That's about it. Okay, so let's start developing for KDE. That's kde.org. The hamburger menu, get involved. We want to be developers. This is the start page if you want to start contributing to KDE as a programmer, as a developer. This page is also the official page of how to install KDE src-build. So let's read through it. Says one-time setup. Yes. I have video versions and I'm on Debian, so this thing. First of all, where is it? What was it saying about old distributions that I can use or not? Okay, I can find it. So let's do Debian. The first thing to do is to run this thing. Let's get a console. Let's become super user. Okay. What else? Let's configure Git. Let's configure console first. So settings, toolbars, no toolbar, Ctrl-Shift-D to have a new console tab. So the first one I'm user root, and in the second one I can do my things. So the first thing it wants is to set my username. So that's this thing. I don't like caps lock. Okay. Setup KDSRC minus build. So these things, how do I copy them? Like this, copy, paste, go. Next, these two things. So it says it wants to install a long list of packages. Let's see if it works. So in order to build KD Git repositories, we need to install _dev packages. So minus dev packages. So like this. Something. The name of the package ends in -dev, 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 -dev. So which means CC++ include files, so .h files, .a files, and that's about it. Do I want to update PashRC? Yes. Okay, did source work? Okay, let's look at the path. So it starts with the correct directory, the directory that we just created in this step, where we said make directory ~kd/src, and then we git cloned this Git repository. Okay. What else should we run? We don't set up Qt, so let's look at the configuration file. Ctrl-Shift-V, uppercase again. Why am I uppercase? Let's see if I can destroy the caps lock. Make caps lock an additional control. Let's see if this thing works. Caps lock activated, but how do I deactivate it? No idea. I don't know. Let me reboot this thing. Okay, so let's connect again. Does it have 32 bits per pixel? Okay, it's caps lock. Okay, where were we? So kd.org, hamburger menu, get involved, development, and we're on the page in here where we looked at the path. Okay, now we're going to look at the configuration file. So Ctrl-Shift-V, and how does the configuration file look like? Include dependencies true, kd dir usr source directory. So this thing, it says if you want to build your own Qt, or if you have your own Qt, download it from Qt, the official website, then you should do this. Otherwise not. So I'm keeping the defaults. I don't have my own Qt. These 3 lines are commented out. Okay, disable indexing for your development environment. Let's do that. How do we do that? Search. It's disabled. Great. Download non-KDE dependencies. So KDE src-build --initial setup, which is what we ran already, has installed a ton of the packages, but we can do better. Let's see what that is. So we should run this thing. So this is benign, doesn't do anything on my machine because I already have enabled the deb src lines in my /etc/apt/sources.list. But I can do it, no problem. Next, I want to run apt build deb and then the name of the source package, which I'm going to do. Let's run this thing, for instance. Okay, totally works. Let's run this. Doesn't matter how many packages it installs, most of them are -dev packages, which are small. Don't bother us in any way, they just get written to /usr/include and in /usr/lib the .a files, so totally benign, not a problem if we install all of the -dev packages that are available in Debian. Okay. So now it's time to start building something. So we could build Dolphin, but we're instead building frameworks. Okay, let's get a tab, a console tab where we install the dependencies, or another console. So what this is all about is that we're downloading all of the KDE Git repositories, we're installing all of the KDE software libraries from scratch, from Git master Git clone, from the master branch. But all of the other things that are not KDE, we're going to take them from Debian testing, so from deb packages. So we need Qt, we need, I don't know, network manager, VLC, the audio, video, image libraries, the X libraries, the font libraries, fonts, everything else we take from Debian deb packages. So we separate the world into KDE things we get from invent.kde.org, from the KDE Git repositories. All that's not KDE, we take it from deb packages from Debian. And we don't want just a deb package with the library. We also want a deb package that contains the dev support for that library. So for, I know, for zlib, we want zlib.deb, but we also want libslib -dev.deb. So for all of the packages that we install from Debian, we also need the corresponding -dev deb package. Okay, so why was it able to build for KDE Git repositories so easily? Well, because we did the steps from this page, from download non-KDE dependencies, read this page. So again, the steps were: 1, so we search for Debian in this page. So this is the first step where we enable the deb src repositories in /apt/etc/apt/sources.list, and then we run apt-update to fetch the metadata from the new repositories. That's the first step. The second step, I installed all of the build dependencies for Dolphin. And the third step, I installed all the build dependencies for Plasma Desktop, Plasma Workspace, and Kwin. Okay, so we're at the 8th KDE Git repository that we're going to build, and 0 CMake errors yet. All of the correct Debian deb packages are already installed correctly. So it seems to work really slowly. Let's see why. So nproc, do we have such a thing? Yes, it's 15, correct. Then let's look at the configuration file. It says that I only have 14 cores, which is wrong. I have 15. Okay. And here is where I messed it up. So I should not have run KDSRC before actually looking at the configuration file. So I'm keeping these defaults. I don't want my own Qt, but in here I want debug, because I want to run the newly built software in the debugger. Correct number of cores. And this is the default directory layout flat, but I don't use the default. I use directory layout invent. Okay, this is where I differ from default, in here and in here. And of course I put the correct number of cores, of CPU cores. Ctrl S. And now we need to rebuild everything from scratch. There's more ways to do it. One of the ways is to delete the build directory, which is this thing. Let's do that. Shortcuts, delete, alternative delete, custom, none, shift delete. So the same shortcut as in Total Commander on Windows. Okay. Shift delete. And now I run the same command line again. So kdsrc -build frameworks. Okay, so the speed should be 4 times faster. It was building with 4 CPU cores, now it's building with 15. Let's actually look at the performance. So yeah, it totally is using 15 CPU cores, which is shown in here as 1500%. Okay, so 0 network usage, not 0 because it's downloading KDE Git repositories, so it does git clone. And when it does git clone, it uses the maximum possible speed, which is 100 megabit per second. So compilation uses all of the CPU cores that I gave it, so which is 16 minus 1, which is 15. And git clone uses maximum speed possible from my network interface card. Okay, I gave it only 10 gigabyte of RAM. That should be enough. Okay. So I guess this one might beat. I have installed Debian on a QEMU virtual machine with KDE. I have installed kdsrc -build. I have run 3 command lines from this page, from the installed dependencies page. So again, the 3 lines I searched for Debian in this page. Lines were this, and this. So with this, I have many of the -dev packages installed correctly on my virtual machine. Okay, so I have configured KDSRC-build to stop each time a module does not build, a KDE Git repository does not build. So Polkit Qt1 failed to build. Let's see if we can install the correct deb packages for it. So it says that unable to configure. Unable to configure, usually that's what it is, a missing -dev deb package. So the solution in here is to go apt build deb. So apt build -deb, and then let's go paste. And that's okay. Seems to be okay. Okay. So we have tried to build Polkit -Qt-1 using KDSRC-build. It failed. The error was of type CMake configure, not of type make build. And without even looking at the error log, I went with what's the most plausible reason why the module did not build, which is that some dev package is missing. And indeed, libpolkit gobject -1 dev was missing, and libpolkit agent 1 dev was missing. Okay, so the fix is apt build deb, and then the name of the KDE Git repository, the name of the Debian source package. Okay, what's a Debian source package? You go Debian packages search, you search for this package. And we want source package names, so not package names, but source package names. Okay, so this is not a deb package, not a package, but it's a source package, which is a different thing. So let's look at what a source package is. We run bookworm, so it's Polkit Qt1, this thing. So we have a source Debian package, which is Polkit -Qt-1, and says that from this source package the following binary packages are built: libpolkit -Qt5 -1 and the deb package. So this is a deb package, deb package, deb, and deb package. Okay. And the Polkit -Qt-1 source package consists of the following files: a DSC file, a origtar.xz file, a ASC file, and a Debian tar.xz file. So I'm guessing this is the digital signature, the checksum for the original source tarball. This is the original released source tarball. So when Polkit Qt1 made the version 0.114 release, they created a tarball, not necessarily with the extension XZ. Then Debian has recompressed that thing as a tar.xz file. And then they made a checksum of that file, And these are not enough because we need the Debian subdirectory in order to know how to compile this source tarball, how many deb packages to create from it, which are contained in this Debian control directory. Which looks like, where are we? So tar minus xjvf. This is the Debian directory for this package, the Debian subdirectory. Okay, so this directory is put as a subdirectory inside of this. So it takes the original tarball, extracts it, then it takes the Debian directory, it extracts it, and then the Debian directory is copied inside of the directory where the original release source tarball is extracted as a subdirectory. So there should be just one directory which contains this extracted, but inside there should be a subdirectory named Debian with this important control file. Says that there's a source package out of which two binary packages are created, this one and this one. And then there's description, depends, etc. Build depends. Okay, so Debian, Ubuntu have two types of packages, deb packages and source packages. And when you go to the Ubuntu package search or the Debian package search, you have this option to search in package names or in source package names. And apt build deb, what we use to install dependencies, which is this thing, apt build deb, takes as parameters names of source Debian packages, not of Debian binary packages. So it doesn't take names of package and doesn't take package names, takes source package names. So you'll need to know the source package name that you want to install. Okay, let's build again. And we have the parameter resume from, and then we put this thing. Okay, so this is the step make build. This is a step make build, this one with a progress bar, with progress %, and says compiling. The step before that is the CMake configure step. Okay, then it failed to build KWindows system. Let's do the same thing with the KWindows system. So in the console where I'm root, I go up, which is one up in history. Then I go Alt backspace, delete word, and then I go double click on KWindows system, and then I go middle click to paste from selection. Okay, I go enter twice. Once to start up to build the KWindows system command line, and once to confirm that I want to install these Debian packages. Okay, and then I go up, Alt, where are you? Alt backspace, and then middle click. Okay, so what we really want to do is to edit this wiki page and create a chapter for frameworks. Add that in. So we want a list of a long apt build dep command line that installs enough dependencies such that KDE Frameworks version 5 can be built correctly. All of the 74 Git repositories or 78 Git repositories on a new installation of KDE src-build and on a new installation of the operating system. So if you create a virtual machine from scratch and you install KDE src-build running the command line that's in here, so available for Debian for the KDE Frameworks version 5, we'll also install Windows system, we'll also install Polkit, Qt1, etc. So let's do that. New window. Okay. Let's look at the page. So can I have copy paste between the virtual machine and the hardware machine? Yes, I do, because I use RDP. So RDP allows me to do two very important things. Have this window have any size, so I can, for instance, have the virtual machine use just the left half of my screen, which I do by editing this command line and saying that the width is not 1880 but whatever is half, which is 940 width. That will make the, let's do that. $940. Okay, and now the virtual machine is taking just half of my screen. I can do some other things on the other half of the screen. Okay, I can close anytime I want the RDP client because it's just an RDP client. The RDP server and everything else works correctly, continues to work correctly on the virtual machine. And I have copy paste of text, so clipboard redirection, and I have good performance in YouTube. I have sound redirection. I can hear what, so in a virtual machine I can play YouTube video, and on the hardware machine I can hear the sound and see the YouTube video. And that's about it. What else do you want to, what other features do you want from connecting from the hardware machine to the virtual machine? Okay, so again, let's edit this page. Actually, let's really make this take just half of the screen. Seems like it's a good idea. Okay. Build from source installed dependencies for the frameworks. Whatever does this thing mean? Okay, let's edit this part. Where are you? Okay. So where is it? The button. Login. Okay, so let's see what it says in here. It says for the frameworks. Let's edit this thing. I want install the dependencies for KDE Frameworks for all of the KDE frameworks 5. Okay. So for all of the KDE frameworks 5. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, and for Ubuntu, where are you? And Debian. There's no chapter for all of the KDE frameworks version 5. I don't know. GF, so this is alphabetical, AFG, which means we need to put it in here, edit, Control V, Control C. Okay. And we want pre-wrap. Oh, interesting thing. So let's go this pre thing. And we want let's copy the command line from the virtual machine. So apt build dep polkit qt1, that thing. And then Windows system. Control V. And then wallet. Alt backspace, wallet. So there's no Debian source package with the name kwallet. So that's why we want to search in packages for kwallet. And we don't want package names, we want source package names. Kwallet. And the name is kwallet kf5. This thing. Okay. Let's copy this. Copy. Oh, okay. Want to continue? Yes, I want to continue. And I want to resume from kwallet. Okay, summary. Show preview. So if I want to install all of the KDE frameworks version 5, Then for KDE Neon, Debian, Ubuntu, Kubuntu, etc., I have sudo apt install build apple kit qt1 k windows system k wallet k5. Okay, looks okay. And if it also line wraps, which is great. Let's save the changes. Okay, so we're at module KIO. So that's the way to do it. I'll, by the end of this day, I'll have this line correct, such that next time when you create a virtual machine from scratch, you install a Linux distribution, and you run this command line, you will be able to run kdsrc-build space frameworks to build all of the KDE frameworks version 5 without any failures, without any CMake configure step KDE Git repositories that do not build. Okay. Using again the FreeRDP, which is wider, takes all of the screen. Okay, and we'll stop here. So the only thing that's currently not available in these two packages for how to set up kdsrc-build is this what I'm doing right now, which is the correct list for Debian on what source packages to install, or the build dependencies of each source package to install in order to have KDE Frameworks 5 build correctly. And if one KDE Git repository refers to build in the part where it does CMake configure, so before it says compiling, then 99% of the cases the issue is that you did not run up the build dep with the correct string in here. So this string should be the name of the source Debian package. Okay, let's see Kirigami. So I go up to build dep, alt backspace, middle click, enter, and it says that there's no Debian source package named Kirigami. Again, we search Debian package, search Kirigami. Okay. Does not want to. What about KF5? I don't know. I don't know the name of this package. So kwallet was kwallet minus kf5. Kirigami, isn't it Kirigami minus kf5? What's Kirigami gallery? KF5. I don't know what's the name of the source package for Debian for Kirigami. Yeah, so let's go like this. Source package names Kirigami. It's Kirigami 2. Interesting. Okay, so Kirigami 2, where are you? Let's edit the wiki page. Okay, start from Kirigami. So there's not a simple mapping between the name of the KDE Git repository and the name of the source package in Debian. That's it. You will have to search it in here, so in packages.debian.org, and select source package names. Or maybe Google is good enough to give you the name of the source package from Debian for a given thing. Okay. So what it was really missing was this thing. Qt quick controls 2 -5 -dev package. Okay, so that was all for this video. I found out what's the best Debian distribution for KDE-src-build. In here it said that you should not use old Linux distributions because those will not have Qt quick controls 2 -5 -dev. They will have Qt controls 2 -3 -dev. And that's a too old dev package that cannot satisfy the CMake requirements of Kirigami. So you will not be able to build Kirigami from source using KDE-src-build, again, because your Linux distribution is too old. So that's why you want a as up-to-date as possible Linux distribution, such that the dev packages are as new as possible, such that KDE Git repositories can build correctly. So that's why for Debian we have selected testing, not unstable. We could have selected unstable or testing. There's no other options in Debian, but unstable or testing. And since I thought that I respected what the Debian articles and wiki pages say, that the difference between Debian unstable and Debian testing is small, is a pair of weeks. So 2 to 10 days after a Debian package, the package is uploaded into Debian unstable, they will probably also be uploaded to Debian testing. So then I said, let's use Debian testing because maybe it's more stable than Debian unstable. But again, you're using it in a virtual machine just for the purpose of building KDE Git repositories. So you might as well do a snapshot of the virtual machine before you do a apt update, apt upgrade, apt build, apt auto remove in the virtual machine. And if everything works correctly, then you can delete that virtual machine snapshot. If not, you revert to the virtual machine snapshot. So using Debian Unstable is not such a problem in a virtual machine if that's all you're using it for in order to build software using KDSRC-build. But then I said, okay, let's go a bit more stabler, which is Debian testing, bookworm 12, not Debian Unstable seed. So let's look at KJS. Alt backspace, KJS. Yes. Up, Alt backspace, KJS, enter. Okay, so most of the, if you have the correct Linux distribution, KDSRC works most of the times most of the things work inside KDSRC-build, with the exception that you are lacking some development package. You don't have a needed package from your distribution that's not part of KDE. Such as is with, in this case, with the portable, the Perl compatible regular expression dev packages. Okay, so you need an up-to-date Linux distribution, and then you need to know what development packages to install from that distribution, such that you can build all of the KDE Git repositories. And for that, you look inside of the file, of the log file. So it says that KJS, I see it in here, could not be built. I see that what failed was the CMake configure step because it says cmake.log in here. I can open this file by control clicking on it. It opens in Kate. I go at the end of the file, so right click, scroll here. Where are you? And it says that the PCRE, Perl compatible regular expression library has not been found, and it needs at least version 4.5. Okay, so either you go on the internet and go Debian package search PCRE, so the name that's specified in the CMake file or in the package config file, and then you go enter, and then you go Debian package search results PCRE, and then you want dev packages in here, so not source packages but package names, search, then you want something ending in -dev, and it's all sorts of things, so it should be lib something, libg, libp. Yes, not ++, not OCaml, not OCaml, not this thing, so libpcre2dev. This I would install. And this, I would also install this, libpcre3 -dev. So if it contains PCRE and dev in the package name, but then it doesn't contain the name of any other programming language, such as ++ from C++, or Rust, or OCaml, or Perl, or something. Or Lua. Lua is a programming language. Okay, so I would install two packages by looking at this list, libpcre3 -dev and libpcre2 -dev. But the better solution is always to go apt build dep, and then the name of the Debian source package, which in this case is KJS, which is also the name of the KDE Git repository. Okay, so that was it. Thank you.